Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Middle Management Gamer Plays. We have another episode of Randomly Ranting whilst Retro Gaming. Today's game is Ghouls and Ghosts. This is a sequel to Ghosts and Goblins. This is my first time actually owning this particular game, and this one is for the Sega Genesis. It was originally an arcade game done by Capcom. Outstanding game series. Known for its difficulty and its pulling the rug out from under you. When you get to the end of the game and you beat the game, it makes you start all over. You have to beat it through twice to actually get what you're supposed to get done. So there's two difficulties. There's practice and professionals. And yeah, I'm a professional, but it's going to be difficult. We're going to do it anyway. Alright, so the reason that we're playing this particular game is we're talking about ghouls, ghosts, and getting by. And what do I mean by getting by? Well, how do people make it in the restaurant industry? What type of armor do they wear? Well, Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts are a good game to tie in with that. So let's do a little bit of playing here, and I'll let you see what I'm talking about. Yes, Brownie. Nice of you to join us. Alright, so we have our hero, Arthur, here. Arthur is wearing a suit of armor, runs through the graveyards, killing some zombies, ghosts, ghouls, whatever comes at him. And then when he gets hit, he loses his armor. So basically, this game gives you two ghosts. Oh, you actually have more than one life. You also can continue. But basically, you get two ghosts per life. If you get hit, you lose your armor, and then you're in your underwear. And this is kind of important later on to another point I'm going to make. But again, oh wow, I'm old. That's crazy. That wizard just made me old. Look how slow I move. It's crazy. My weapon flew. So yeah, that's another valid point. So anyway, we're going to pause right there. I've been made skeleton. So as you can see, I'm wearing one of the traditional armors of the restaurant manager, clothing. So they say clothing makes the man. Or they also say you can dress a sow in a dress, but it doesn't make the sow a lady. Both of them are kind of, whatever. You take it as you in. But I worked for a company for a very long time, and that came to an end kind of abruptly a few years back. I was caught off guard. Didn't expect it to happen. But I had to start interviewing for another position, which meant putting on traditional interview armor, tie, suit coat, dress pants. So now I've been working at the same company for a couple years, and I like it. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, but I like to practice. So I donned my armor, and I went out. So let's go ahead and remove this armor, because actually I'm a little uncomfortable. There we go. That's a little better. A little less stuffy there, right? Alright. So, got our cup of coffee here. A little more comfortable. We can get into it. Coffee. Alright. So, first death. Again, very difficult game. So I was talking about armor. So I've removed my outward appearance armor. But clothing isn't the only armor that people in the restaurant industry wear and use. Of course, when you go for an interview, you don't necessarily want to dress for the job that you want. You really want to dress for the job one step up. So, like I said, I put on a nice suit coat. Maybe I want to interview for a, multi-unit position. Who knows? But armor is also in how you carry yourself. The personality you put on. Restaurant people have a particular set of skills. Sorry. A little difficult here. Got guillotines trying to kill me. So, it's the airs that we put on. Different, maybe not physical armors, but personality armors. there's different personalities people in the restaurant industry have that allow them to get by. Um, uh, I wasn't always a manager. I was a grill cook at one point in time, and some of the grill cooks they have different personas they wear when they're at the restaurant that they don't necessarily have when they're not at the restaurant. Like say the pothead. Everybody knows who the pothead is at work, and hey man, oh man, it's so great, man. Man, yesterday we were so, man, I was so messed up. Oh, it's great. But that's kind of the role they fill, and I'm old again. Oh wow. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are. I knew a guy who everybody thought he smoked pot. Shoot, they thought he was a dealer, but to be honest, that was just the persona he wore, so he felt more comfortable while he was at work. So he could interact with people. Everybody, oh, he's cool because he does drugs, but he wasn't. That was the persona he wore. Another one that we had a particular grill cook. He was basically a slut. Some people use that term, feminine. Some people use it masculine. But that was kind of the personality that he wore. He was easy. He was everybody's friend. He was always hollering at the girls. People would make jokes about how long it'd be before he slept with such and such, etc., so forth and so on. That's how he got through his day. Trying to find the next piece. Game over, man. But it was a persona he wore. He didn't actually sleep around. It was just something that he did to fit in. Some people arm themselves in politeness. You ever had that person who, no matter how people treat them, no matter how they're talked to, they're always friendly. They always have a smile on their face, and you're just like, how do they do that? How do they keep that persona up? And that's the armor. That's what they've shelled themselves in. I killed it. Super armor. They're super armors. Ooh. So I don't know what this actually does, because I think when you get hit with this armor on, you still lose your armor. Oh, I can power up my weapon. Oh, cool. Whoa, that thing just barked on me. What is that piggy thing doing? No, he's trying to get me. Die, piggy thing. So I still lost my armor. That would have been nice to keep till the bosses. The bosses are kind of difficult in this game. I mean, I might not even make it to the boss, because it's hard to talk and play at the same time. This game definitely requires a little bit of focus and skills. So that super friendly person, they're not necessarily friendly on the inside. Have you ever seen the movie Waiting? They have this particular server, like, she's total bitch when she's in the kitchen, rawr, and then she walks out the door and the smile's painted on and everybody thinks she's just super happy. That's the persona she wears. That's the armor that she has on to deal with customers. Because customers aren't always that great to deal with. They can be mean. Oh, come on. So close. Professionalism. It's another form of armor. It's not necessarily polite, but it's just in how you talk to people. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes. You're not getting me again. Not this time. Yep, you got me. Ha 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 ha! Boom, 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 boom. Alright, beat the first boss. Got the key, heading to the second stage. So, I was at this interview and I was talking to the particular, the hiring manager or district manager. And, we had a lot of the same thought processes about how to talk to people and how to treat people. And, part of the armor that I wear is, I talk to people the way that I like to be talked to. I treat people the way I want to be treated, and I try never to ask anyone to do anything I would be willing to do myself. That's the persona that I put on when I work in a restaurant, so that I can get through the day. I have something that I balance myself on. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. I just died and I still have full armor on. That's my tool. If you let it frustrate you, if you let the people that you're dealing with like break your armor, then you're not going to be able to make it through the day. And at the end of the day, that's all you got to do. Wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, and then you make it through the day and get home. And if you did that, you had a successful day. Okay. Apparently that antlion thing just kills you automatically one hit. I mean, in that situation, I had already lost my armor, but... So, didn't I tell you this game was incredibly hard? I know you want to set with me, Brownie, but the controller cord kind of makes it hard. I love you. You're a good kid. So what was I ranting about? Making it through the day. So one of the things is sometimes your armor is going to crack. Did I not clear the jump? Is that what it was? So if you notice in this game, sometimes you'll spend the entire game with your armor off. And sometimes you'll last 5 seconds. But the point I was going to make is, sometimes when your armor cracks and you're vulnerable, it just means that you have to try a little bit harder. You have to focus a little bit more. I've had employees working for me that have dealt with a guest that would crack their armor, like break it. But, we're managers, so we still have to, talk to those guests. And this particular situation I'm thinking of, he was having a rough time dealing with this guest, but his armor broke a little bit. He went to the back, he regathered himself, and then he came back. And he went and talked to that guest. He put on, put on his second set of armor. And he made it through that really, really just obnoxious guest situation. And, he tried a little bit harder. He composed himself, and then he got through it. And that's how it is. Just because, you have armor doesn't mean you have to wear it all the time. Sometimes you can let people through. Sometimes letting people through is how... Gosh, darn it! Our friends ultimately can be the best armor, knowing that you have a support system. And that's one of the things that you learn very quickly in restaurant is who your friends are. Wow, man. Who your friends are, and who supports you when you're down, or when you're falling apart, or when your armor has chinks in it. Who can help you through that? All right. Wow, that's hard. You see, I can only get hit one more time, so I'm really focused on what I'm doing. Woo! Hoping I can make it. Hoping I can make it. Alright, made it past that. I think there's a checkpoint here, so if I die, I won't have to go through that again. Please, 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 please. Nope, I think I gotta go through it all again. Yep, that sucks. Alright. So, these weird bouncing skull things, like turtles get in them. And then they crawl around. So, if you've never played Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins, either one of them, I definitely suggest it. Fun game, really pushes your buttons. Yeah, you like that, didn't you? Alright. Might do it this time. Might do it. Got an antlion there. No! Alright, so there's one right at the end. So patterns, and learning the patterns, and knowing the patterns of guests, and interacting with them, how they're going to react, especially if you have regular guests, if you have a regular problem guest. Learning... I'm just struggling here, folks. Just learning how to well, manipulate's not the word, anticipate the guest's need, anticipate what they need to be happy. What solution? Some people don't want you to buy them more food. They just want to tell you that they have an issue, and they want to know that you care enough to listen. That's all they're looking for. I ain't going to bother. I'm just going to move on. Oh. Stupid antlion. Alright. Made it past that. Gotta watch the giant flame wheel this time. Nope, 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 nope. You ain't getting me this time. Ha ha ha. Made it. Who is throwing those at me? You ain't shooting lightning bolts at me. I think they gave that little flying imp thing his own game. Yeah, killed you. Are we at the boss? Oh no, it's an earthquake. And ooh, flames, 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 flame bucket. I wish they'd drop me another suit of armor. That would be very helpful. I lasted in my underwear for a long time on that one. So basically, I guess what I'm getting to is understand your armor, understand your limitations, understand how when there's chinks in your armor, you can move past it and be successful. Expect the unexpected, like the lava drip turning into a flying bag of fire to kill you. I don't know, folks. I don't know. This one didn't quite go as planned. The game itself is just... Oh, what is this? Throwing stars? I don't like this weapon. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait. Go, 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 go. Move, moving, 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 moving. Hellhound. I almost had that guy. Yeah, game over. So the cool thing is the game's never really over. You always get to continue. You know, you just learn from your mistakes, try to get better. As long as you don't turn the game off, you get to continue. And you just keep hitting it. You just keep hitting it and hoping that if you work hard enough at it and you struggle and you get better, you know, your armor, chinks and all, will allow you to get through the day. Thank you folks for listening to me rant a little bit. We'll see you next time. Good night.